Hello soulmates, welcome back to another tutorial. In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a perfect hip padding to elevate your outfit just like this. There are different ways to make hip padding, but this is a very quick one that you can make in minutes. So let's get started. So the first thing you do is to draft your pant to a short length. So my own short length is 18. Mark that and roll it across. Don't forget to label your pattern. After labeling your pattern, measure 8 inches for your hip length. 8 inches for your hip length. Mark that and roll it across as well. So next thing to do is to measure your crotch length. So this is a very important part. So measure, my crotch length is 12.5 inch. Mark that and roll it across as well. Now measure the hip circumference and roll it straight up. Measure the hip circumference on the crotch, on the hip and on the waist. That's that line you're seeing there. So next thing is to measure the lap circumference divided by 2 and mark it on the crotch line as you can see. And measure 1 inch diagonally. You can use your ruler to measure the perfect angle 45. And you can also use your free hand to locate it diagonally. I'm just showing you this to know some of the uses of your pattern master. So after doing that, you have to measure your 1 inch again to be sure. You see where I marked my 1 inch before was different from where the actual angle 45 is. So and connect it with your ruler as shown. So next is to locate the midpoint of the crotch length and the short length. So if you locate that, you connect both together. And also from the hip length, come down by 7 inches to get the underbutt. That's where your hip padding will be sitting on. Roll everything across. From this demarcation as shown, come in by 3 inches. That's where the curve you are making will be stopping. You'll see it once I've done it. So roll it up. And on this crotch line, come down by 1 inch and slant it to the hip side as shown. So you come down by 2 inches for the band to make the band, and on that band you will go in by 2 inches as well and make your curve. Make sure you curve it perfectly as shown in the video. Don't let it have any sharp edge, and cut out your front pattern. Place the front pattern on another plain paper and use your tracing wheel to trace out the lines, excluding the curve for the hip padding. Don't trace out the curve for the hip padding. Just trace out the straight lines. So after tracing it out, the next thing you do is to mark out the lines that you have traced. So on the crotch side, go up by 2 inches and connect it to the hip side, and go in by 1 inch and roll it down as shown. So the next thing is to measure 2 inches upward for the band. So after connecting that, measure 2 inches inward as shown and connect the curve. Connect it perfectly, don't let it have any sharp edge. So the next thing to do now is to cut the pattern on the fabric. Before cutting out the circle for the hip padding, you cut the pattern on the fabric first. So let's do that. Set the fabric aside and let's cut the foam for the hip padding. Please note that this particular foam is 0.5 inch. I chose this foam because I don't want the hip padding to be too protrude. If you want yours to be more protrude, you can use 1 inch foam, and you have to trim it very well while doing it. So this foam is 0.5 because I want it to be moderate and not protrude. In case you want to make more than one hip padding at this stage, use your tracing wheel to transfer this pattern into another pattern before cutting it out on the foam. So here is it. You cut out the C shape, the curve on the pattern, you cut it out on the foam. And note, you are cutting double of this, so you have to double your foam while cutting it. You cut double of the front and double of the back. Trim out all the excess, don't leave any rough edges, trim out everything. Now the next thing is to label the foam. It's very important for you to label it, because if you remove the paper you might not know the up and the down. So label the foam itself, not the paper. Now next thing to do is to join the foam together. The hip of the front will be joined together with the hip of the back. So take note, the up will be up while the down will be down for both sides. If you place it well, there will be a dart-like shape. That dart that you are seeing will be joined together. That's how it will give that curvy shape. It must be curvy and not flat. Make sure it is curvy, not flat. You join it together with a glue gun. Make sure that the gum is in between the foams. If it's in between, it won't give a lump. Yeah, it won't give a lump. It will just be very smooth like that. So after gumming, this is what it look like. So next thing is to trim the edges. Before you trim the edges, you measure 2 inches inward. That's where you will trim, 2 inches inward as shown. After that, you start trimming. Be careful while trimming. You have to trim and not cut. You trim it to be very flat as shown. Let me show it to you in real time so that you know that it is not as fast as this. It takes a lot of time. So if you trim very well, the result is what you will see. It will look so natural, but if you didn't trim it very well, it will have gallop or scalloped effect and you won't really like the outcome. So you have to trim very well as shown. So after trimming, the next thing you do is to use stay to cover both sides. And while using the stay, the most important thing is that you won't iron it on a flat surface so that your hip padding won't go flat. You use your bust arm to elevate the curvy shape so that it will remain intact. So this is it after ironing. As you can see, it still remains curvy and smooth. So let's join it to the fabric. So the first thing you do is to mark out the band allowance. Join the crotch of the back together, leaving the crotch of the front open, and join the hip as well, as you can see in the video. So after joining, in between the hip that you join together, that's where you place the foam. You know, the foam is to elevate the hip. I've joined this, so let me show you how to join the second hip. So in between this hip, that's where you place the hip padding. Please, pin will be your friend at this stage because you use pin to place it first. And note that after joining, the small foam is for the front while the big one is for the back. And not all the places that you marked before, the up and the down. Don't misplace. Don't go and place the up. Don't go and interchange it by placing up and down and down and up. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So use your hand to feel where you join together, and that's exactly where will be placed on the joining on your fabric. So where you join together on the foam, that's where you pin on where the fabric is being joined. I hope you understand. So let's do that. So after you pin everything properly, then you have to take it to the machine to secure it as shown. Please and please make your pins visible on the fabric so that you will be able to remove them later to avoid stories that touch. You understand? So make sure you secure it round. To make it last longer, you can stitch it twice so that it won't lose after. So after that, remove all pins. Remove all pins. You see how I pinned mine is visible on the fabric, not on the foam. After you secure it, this is what it will look like, circle like this, and you have to join the crotch of the front together. Don't forget to use 0.5 inch allowance while joining. The main fabric used for this hip padding, the tight, the scuba material, is slightly stretchy, so you have to be very careful while sewing it on the machine. If your machine didn't sew it, you can place a paper tape on the foot of your machine to make it easier. So after joining the crotch, the next is to fold the band allowance. As shown in the video, you see I'm turning it. That's where the elastic band will pass through. So after turning the band allowance, you pass the elastic into the band. You will leave a little space for you to pass the elastic. I'm sure you know about that. So that's all for the making of the hip padding, and this is the final look of the hip padding. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like and share this video for other designers to see. My name is Miriam Folashade. Until next time, bye.